Hello everyone and welcome back to Selfie Mondays episode 3. So, with before beginning with the episode 3, I really hope that you went through episode 1 and 2 because you can only work the thing that I'm about to discuss in episode 3 only if you have already worked upon the things that I've discussed in episode 1, that was self-discipline, and episode 2, that was about focus. By combining those two traits, you can work on the third trait that I will be discussing today. So if you have not went through that, please go through that and come back to this video. And for the people who have worked upon that the self-development traits that I've discussed in the previous videos, let's get the video started. Okay, so the thing that we are gonna discuss for episode 3 of Selfie Mondays is work on your dreams. This self-development trait is made, we will be discussing this trait because you have to have this thing in mind that you can never ever be successful if you're working and if you're doing something that you don't like. You need to know, you need to understand yourself in order to know that what do you want to do in life. And I'm pretty sure that you have a dream that you want to achieve, that you have a place you want to reach. So if you're doing things, if you're working for something that you don't really like, that's not enough motivation to be successful. Getting up every day and working for something that isn't coming out, let's scrap that and let me discuss the fact that if you wake up every day, if you have a dream that you're working for, you might not even need an alarm to wake up and work for it. So that's the kind of motivation you need in your life. So this self-development trait really needs the traits that I've discussed in the previous videos. Those are self-discipline and focus. If you need to work on your dream and you have to make it successful and make it pretty earning for you, you need to have self-discipline in some kind of day. You need to have focus in your day, in your everyday schedule. You need to have that ability that you can focus on one thing, because the key here is to never ever lose sight of where you want to be. Dreams. Let's talk a little bit about your dreams. There are probably just 1 or 2% of the people who have the courage that to follow their dreams, to live their dreams. Because living one's dream requires a huge amount of sacrifice, a huge amount of hard work, and I don't think there are many people in the world that are willing to do that. Okay, with this respect, there is one blog that I've written about the importance of following your dreams. You can go check it out. I'll leave the link in the description, and it all, the blog describes how your dreams become, people really underestimate the dreams. It's maybe because the thing that a dream is just something that comes in your sleep, but it's not that. It's what your unconscious mind wants you to do. That is your dream, what your unconscious mind wants you to do in your life, and probably the thing that can make you happier in fact. Okay, so go through that blog. It will be more helpful for you if you read that blog, listen to this video, and also listen to this video till the end, because I will be discussing the 3 very very freaking important points that will help you to never lose sight of your dream and to just keep working on it. So keeping in mind that you've learned my first two self-development traits, those were self-discipline and focus. Let's jump on to the third thing. Okay. So for starters, what you'll need in order to follow your dreams is your own SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis, you must be knowing this: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. What strengths do you have? Is it that you are a fast learner? Is it that you are efficient? Is it that you are able to use every resources that you're given? Is it that you're capable of completing the task in a given deadline? You need to know your strengths. You need to similarly, you need to know your weaknesses. Similarly, you need to know what opportunities you can grab, what opportunities can come in your way, and what are the threats. Maybe family things and peer pressure. You need to know this. So before analyzing what your dream should be, you need to know what strengths you have that you can use in order to achieve that. So that would be the first point. First important point: SWOT analysis. Analyze yourself, know yourself. Okay, and with that, let's jump on to the second thing that you can do every day, that you can build in your habit, in your schedule. As I discussed previously, the key is to never ever lose sight of your dream. To do that, write your dream on a piece of paper, preferably A4 size sheets, minimum at least an A4 size sheets, not smaller than that, so that you can actually see it every day. Stick it to a place where your eyes go first thing in the morning. So when you wake up, when you get out of your bed, that should be the very first thing that you should see. Not even your phone, not even any family member. That should be the first thing you see every morning, so that the first thing you see sticks in your mind, sticks in your brain, and your mind unintentionally develops a schedule, develops your wants throughout the day around that thing. So if your mind sees, if your eye sees, if your mind sees that your dream first thing in the morning, your day will actually evolve around that. And also, if it's stuck at a place that your eyes very often go, that you see very often, it might probably just even if you're losing motivation for 1 second of your day, and you just look at that piece of paper that you stuck in your room, you might regain that motivation, that lost motivation. You might regain that, because you might realize that if you're having a bad day, if God forbid you got into a fight with your family or any of your loved ones, and you're in a very bad mood, looking at that piece of paper will give you motivation. Because if you're in that place which you've imagined in your dreams, which your unconscious mind wants to be in, if not 100% happy, I guarantee you'll be at least 80% of happy. And with the help of that 80% happiness, you might probably be able to get the other 20. So write down your dream on a piece of paper and just stick it where your eyes go first thing in the morning. Okay, with that said, let's discuss the second point. The second point you have to inculcate in your everyday life in order to keep following your dreams is to set particular goals every day. The moment you wake up, the moment you see that piece of paper I told you to stick in front of your eyes every day, the moment you see that, set particular goals that for that day. You have not to just tell you this in a way, being more specific. set maximum 6 tasks for that day. And for this you need to have a to-do list. And this is where the things that I've told you in my previous videos, self-discipline and focus, come into the picture. You need to have a to-do list for those tasks. You need to complete 6 tasks for that day, maximum 6, because there's this theory that proves you are only putting the best of your mind, the best of your brains for 6 tasks that day. And if you're doing a limited number of tasks for that day, you'll be able to make those tasks more productive. You will be able to get more outcome of those tasks, and just focus on them for that day. Just make them the best, get the best outcome possible from those. Put every time, every second possible of that day on those tasks that you've listed in the starting of your day. So if somehow you complete those tasks before the deadline, before the day ends, devote the left out time, devote the time that you're left with on yourself, with your family, so this way you are getting that emotional balance, that work-life balance, while following your dreams. Okay, in this point, let me mention also, if you're working, if you're studying, and you don't really get that time to work on your dreams, work on the thing that you want to do actually, that's just an excuse. You need to make time. If you're not making time for things that you love, I don't think the other things that you really don't love and you're working and you're still working for them will make you successful. So if you're working, let's say 10 hours a day, because I did, my last job was 10 hours a day. Some days were even 12, 13, 14 hours a day too. So with that, I understand, I totally agree, it gets a bit difficult to take out time for working on yourself, but you have to. You can manage your time, work, let's say one and a half hour in the beginning of your day, and 1.5 hour at the end of your day. 3 hours if you're working, and if you have a free day, if you are not employed yet, gosh, you are so lucky. You have 24 hours to yourself, and keeping in mind the health, you start working out. That will keep your mind fresh. So with all this, do 6 tasks that will push you forward towards your dreams. You are working towards your dream, do those 6 tasks, and make them the best, productive, the most efficient thing that you do all that day, right? Okay, though I had only 3 points in mind, but there is also one thing, that this psychological thing that you have to scrap out of your thinking is perfection is just an illusion. No one is totally perfect in what they're doing. So just put in your best, the best you can put in, and that will actually get you the best result, and probably even the thing that you haven't dreamt of, you'll be able to achieve that. Also, let's now discuss the third point that I wrote down for you, that I have been actually following for myself as well. Is it's not about the number of hours you put in, it's about the outcome of the hours that you actually do. So never think that if you're working for say 15 hours a day, it will make you more successful. No. What will make you successful and what will bring you back to the path that you have to follow is the outcome of the hours that you actually do. There are people who can work in a more efficient way than the people who take around 15 hours for just, let's say, 3 tasks. No, there are people who can complete 6 or even more tasks in that duration of time. So it's never ever about the hours that you put in. It's only about the outcome of those hours. If you're putting in 2 hours but the outcome is of the hours, probably say let's 6 hours, you're doing amazing, man. And it's not about if you're putting 6 hours but the outcome is negligible and it doesn't really help you in achieving your dream. No, I don't think that will work. So it's not about the hours, it's about the outcome of your hours. So keep that in mind. Okay, with that said, being discussed all the 3 points that I had for you today, let's go over this video in this conclusion or a summary of whatever we've discussed today. Never lose sight of your dream. If you will never ever be successful if you're working for something that you don't really like. Work for something that you love, that you like, and you'll be more happy inside and you'll be more successful. Then secondly, go through my blog, which was about importance of following your dreams. That will be very important for you. That will turn out very helpful for you. So if you get a chance and if you're a good reader than a better listener, go through that blog. That might also help you in doing this. So the first thing that we discussed was write your dream on a piece of paper, minimum A4 size sheets. If it can be bigger, then bigger, and stick it in that place that your eyes go first thing in the morning, just so that it helps build that motivation around for the day, for the rest of the day. The second thing that you need to keep in mind, where the things that I discussed in my previous episodes, self-discipline and focus will come into play, is set goals for every day. First, this will create a to-do list, and this is where self-discipline will come into play, where you have to complete that given task in a particular deadline. So yeah, that was the second thing. And the third thing that we discussed today was it is never about the hours that you put in, and it is always about the outcome of the hours that you actually do, if the outcome of the hours that you're actually working up on that thing. So never think that if you've done 10 hours you've done plenty. Even if you've done 5 hours and the outcome of that day satisfies you and you think that it is more productive and it will actually help you in achieving that dream, then that's it. So this was the whole summary of the whole video today. And let's not forget to subscribe, because there are total about 10 episodes as of now, maybe more if I get a more more self-development traits for you. So subscribe to the channel and I'll see you soon. Also, as the trend of this MEES Lifestyle page, I leave you with the thought that, do you really think you really have just one life and you want to work for someone else and make them more richer? Or you want to work for yourself, make yourself happy, and probably be richer than that person you're working for? Think upon that, and I'll wrap up this video here. Also, I'll see you in the next video. And if you really have anything to say, anything to add on to this, DM me on my Insta page or comment on this. I'll see you. Take care.